Hey, there's talk that you're the one that took that keep on the hill single-handed. Impressive. It's not even finished, and I've never seen its equal. You'll need a master at arms to run it, and you won't find one better than me. Peaceful rustic life and divine protection don't make for much of a soldier's life. Barely arrived, and I'm already bored out of my mind. I come from a big family. My brothers and I used to fight each other all the time. Sure, it may sound like tough love, but it prepared us for this harsh world. I haven't been here long enough to know the gentleman in question, but that Myfa woman vouches for him, and that's good enough for me. That Docklefar woman Myfa told me what you and the gnome are doing up there. I've spent my life training fighters, and I'd be honored to be Gravehall's master at arms. I'll pull up stakes here and march up to join you at the keep. Ain't that dug in anyhow. See ya.
I'm so tired of fish. Back home I ain't.
Hey, if you need any of your weapons checked, I'll do what I can. It would be my pleasure. I'll be here.
Oh.
I hope you're adjusting to life on the island. I know I am. So long.
Hello. Hello.
Your pet is all ready and wandering. Now that you have the pet, they have that effect. If you feed your pet more, the boost will get you training a pet for you. Would you like me to train one for you? You fancy? Keep in mind, I can only maintain 3 pets at a time. The bigger the better. Which kind would you like? Our guests have sharp teeth but love to be petted. Give me a day to find one and I'll train it for you. G'day.
Every great hall needs an armory, and I believe we've done an admirable job of restoring this one, if I do say so myself. So, you asked Ollie Madsen to serve as the keep's master-at-arms? You won't be disappointed, my liege. He'll make his home in the armory a fine residence. I would know. Your keep is one step closer to its former glory. With the armory and a qualified master-at-arms, no invader will ever threaten our peace. This place! It never ceases to surprise me! With it all cleaned up, I was able to spot the entrance to a collapsed tunnel leading from the keep. Once I'd laid eyes on it, I knew I'd seen it in my dream. I'll need some materials, though. 3 bundles of beach stone, 2 bundles of bear hide, and 3 bundles of sea steel. I wasn't sure if it would be worthwhile to dig out the tunnel leading from the keep across the island. But now that I've had a chance to investigate the site, I think these passages should be our highest priority. In the dream, this tunnel was a direct passage to shipwrecked sites all over the island, places it'd take days to travel on foot, if you survived the trip at all. The Diverger collapsed the tunnel when they sealed the keep and abandoned the island. If these tunnels are as I've seen them in my dream, they'll provide a fast and stealthy route to the furthest reaches of this island. With these as our pathways, every wreck will be salvaged and every castaway will be rescued. Bear hide shouldn't be too hard to come by. The Diverger love to keep crates of it in their fastings. I marked some locations on your map where you're likely to find the other crates as well. Good luck. Bye.
Hey! Ready for some training? Bit boring with nothing to fight, you know. I've been Master at Arms for both Candrian and Helmgard keeps, training sellswords and lords alike. You may even know my brother Jakin. He's the arena master at the House of Valor. As part of my training routine, I've collected records of who can beat certain monsters the fastest. I can test you against those records. You choose the monster you want to fight, and then I'll tell you how you did. If you set a new record against a monster type, I'll give you a reward. Yes, in a controlled environment. You can test your weapons and magic against different monster types in the pit. After the fight, I'll tell you how you did. I like your enthusiasm. Do you want to fight a big creature or a bunch of small ones? Don't worry. They make up for their size with numbers. Which creature would you like to fight against? These giant rats are ugly, but it's their bite I'd worry about. Good luck. Did you come here to train or chat? Well, you didn't set any records. Better luck next time. Here are your results. Don't forget to come back soon.
What brings you down here? Oh, I see. Leave it to Templar 10 says to send me an assistant. And a lofty one at that. She has no confidence in me. Never has. There's no need for aid. I have the situation under control. Mostly. Just wait. When I return, tome in hand, she will have no choice but to boast of my valor. Everyone believes I'm a failure, but I will prove my worth. I've never heard of a dead cow. Is it a species of algae? Plankton, perhaps? Is that where we are? No one would tell me where we were going. Typical. I've labored long and hard to reach the rank of scholar. Don't let anyone tell you different. Everyone will. I assure you. Did Templar Tanses not tell you? No, she wouldn't, would she? The Tome of Contrition is where our wisest leaders record the mistakes they've made in the name of progress. The instances of frailty, of weakness. Such knowledge prevents our kind from repeating its greatest mistakes. With it, we're able to move forward. Not wallow in the past. As you can expect, the contents of this book are quite damning. I can't seem to find my way in these vast, convoluted passages. I don't know how the Backloggery ever did. treasure chamber is somewhere down here, but I've yet to discover it. It's in the chamber at the end of this passage. We might need to find it among the other treasures, but our facts indicate that the tome is there. Back to the mission. Come! See, I swear it. This is not the job of a scholar.
pirate? Oh, Netta, if you could only see the skies over Gallows End. Magnificent. Do you recall the base-born myth of the Pirate King? They called him Dead Kell. Well, he lives, my love, and is as existent as you or I. Not only that, but has built quite the harbor on our hidden isle. Years of his miserable life have been spent in this grand endeavor, time that could have been better spent. Strange. All my records indicate that Dead Kell was butchered not long ago by the Alfar of all people. Clearly, such reports were erroneous. I must tread carefully. Dead Kell's minions prowl the wharves and tidal pools, and he promises the gallows to any who come seeking his capture. I do not wish to risk a misunderstanding.
Come!
Oh, Netta, I grow so weary of this isolation. This leave-taking may very well be the death of me.
It would be you, wouldn't it? I should have known Pepin would fail. He's never done otherwise. Well, the expedition has proven successful, and that is all that matters. This is one mistake that will not make its way into the Tome of Contrition. That is certain. Now we must depart. It is a long voyage back to Edessa. A pity our vessels are built for the gnomish frame. Otherwise I might have brought you with us. Yes, it is quite a pity. Be gone now.
This tunnel's going to be a big job. All of this should do quite nicely, yes. Now I'll need the time to work. Give me a bit, and then return. Bye.
Hello. Your patch is all ready and wandering about the keep. Now that you have the pet, you should notice a boost in combat. They have that effect on their owners. If you feed your pet more, the boost will get even bigger. G'day.
So, you escaped the cove, did you? I assume that Rast survived too. She's luckier than most, even if she's too daft to realise it. You're strong. Perhaps even tough enough to help me steal the Requiem. I need someone with muscle to help me smash those gears. My injuries were not as serious as I made them appear. I followed you and Rast through the flooded cavern to the beach, and then made for the forest. It was the only way to avoid Cape Solace. I couldn't let them see me. Not after what they did. Yes, I can talk. The Diverger didn't cut out my tongue. The murder of my family didn't shock me into silence. None of the stories are true. I hid my voice so as not to be suspected. Words betray more than their mere meanings. I was hoping to sneak into Dark Harbour and secure the Requiem. Once my mission is finished, I'll need a way to get back off this cursed island. But one cannot sail the ship without first opening the harbour wall, a vast mechanism of locks and gears. Why do you think everyone in Rathia considers Rast Bratigan a travesty? She's far too trusting to be a sailor. However, she did get me back to Gallows End, and for that I am thankful. And she was kind. Far too kind. Now that I'm home again, I will have my revenge. I will kill the Scion as she meant to kill me. Simple. She killed my mother. Not with her own two hands, no, but with her treachery. They were close, Pima and my mum, like sisters. All that changed when the village chose their next Scion. Not even friendship can weather the jealousy of power. Pima lied to Alda, and she had my mother marked as a thief and a harlot. This island was our whole lives, and suddenly we were no longer welcome. We were set out to sea alone, without food or water, at the mercy of the frostbreak. No, she never became the Scion. She was chosen, but the honour lasted but a day. Those few hours were my mother's happiest. For once in her long, hard Scrabble life, she had been special. She died with a smile on her pretty face. I was adrift for weeks until the Diverger found me, and I was sold into slavery. Even then, so long ago, I knew I wouldn't be satisfied with anything but revenge. I've never killed anyone, no. It doesn't matter. She killed my mother. She betrayed us and left us to die under a torrid sun. and I will make her pay for it. Either help me or step aside. I've waited long enough, and I don't intend to wait another moment. You would do that for me? Why? Before she died, my mother made me promise not to go after Pima. Perhaps you are here to make sure I stay true to my word. Fine. I will not kill the Scion, but justice must still be done. She resides in the north, where she prepares her final departure. But beware her honor guard, the Watchers. They are powerful. I grew up on those beaches, behind Akara's line of safety. It was a good life, until the day we were betrayed. That kind of thing tends to darken one's memory. She will never understand how the rest of the world sees her, as a fool, but even more importantly, as a terrible sailor. Still, she was good to me, and for that I am grateful. I knew her as Pima, a woman who cared for me when my mother went hunting, who sang me to sleep under the stars. I remember her that way. She's not a person anymore, just a symbol of Akara's power. The Scion will be preparing to depart the island, to make way for her replacement. She will leave from the beach on the north of the island. See justice done.
The tunnels have been cleared, my liege. You are free to roam Gallows End to your heart's contentment. As far as exploring the island goes, I would recommend bringing on Zephwin Land from Cape Solace as your scout. Zephwin seems quite happy with his tunnels, and we're certainly collecting more salvage and saving more castaways than ever. I've never known a more adventurous man than Zephwin. He is, without a doubt, the finest scout and ship spotter in Cape Solace, or anywhere, really. We're fortunate to have such a man. I think you'll like what I have planned next. A vast library! Just imagine! A monument to the wisdom of the ages, standing there beside the main structure, beckoning the unenlightened. But first, I'll need you to get me 3 bundles of bear hide, 3 bundles of ember wood, and 4 bundles of sailcloth. Yes, one of them mentions a library. At first, I was confused. I found many books, but not enough to warrant a whole building. But my dream again provided the answer. This part of the dream didn't make sense until now. I saw stacks of books, heard strange voices in tongues unknown to me. I believe this library was to be a center for translating arcane and lost languages. It's going to be a tribute to knowledge, one that will drive a Dessa to envy. Zephwin has provided me with possible locations of the materials. I'll be ready to start as soon as you get back. We're making great progress and finding more books than I expected to fill the shelves. However, most of them need to be translated. If nothing else, this building will nicely balance out the armory on the other side. Bye.
You must face the horror!
You must face the power.
Remember me? So you killed her? I don't know what to feel. I've dreamt of this day ever since I was pulled from that stinking black raft. Since I watched them roll my mother in a shroud. And she was right. I don't feel better now that I've avenged her death. It just makes me miss her more. Thank you. Take this, it was Mother's. I have my memories. Goodbye.